This is Bethany Garner, and I know you guys haven't seen me for a while, but this video is going to be really short. It's just like an introduction and an announcement to let everybody know that I'm coming back online, and it's going to be a totally different Bethany that no one has ever seen. Okay, my mindset is on a different vibration right now. Totally different vibration. I've been through so much during this pandemic, and it's made me realize I have to put myself first, and I have to remain putting myself first, and I have to teach people the correct steps that they have to take in their network marketing career if they actually want to ever see, 6, 7, 8 figures monthly, or yearly. But everyone has residual bills. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur and come online and want to learn from the best, I've worked with the best. Like all of my mentors, they have huge homes, okay? Vacations, too exotic, okay? They spend a lot of money. And their spouses are very happy. Very happy. And they're teaching their children about generational wealth, which everyone should be teaching their children about generational wealth. I wish I had learned all the things that I have been learning over the last, it's been close to 4 years, but I've been going nonstop so hard like the last 3 years. And this pandemic has really made me realize I have to really go out of my comfort zone and start vocalizing myself more. I've been so timid and soft-spoken and not stepped up as a powerful leader that I always knew that I was, but life happens and sometimes it beats down your self-confidence in yourself. And when you're working with the wrong type of people, that can make you feel small, and it can make you feel like you don't deserve certain things. But I have an amazing therapist that I've had for years, and he has been trying to push me into working with another therapist, and I put it off for years because I have separation anxiety. I've lost my biological father and I lost my stepfather. One lifetime. And I thought that he didn't want to work with me anymore. And he's helped me so much to get over so many things. I've been, since a little girl, since 4 years old, I've been begging for therapy. And in the Black community, therapy was frowned upon, in my mother's generation and her mother's generation. It's taking my generation to help other generations before my generation to see how therapy is not something to be, scared of or talked down about. That therapy is actually just what it is. Therapy. It heals you. It helps you break down things and see it at a level that helps you to be able to come to an understanding that you can reach the highest levels that you want to in life. And you don't have to be scared. When I first saw 5, 6, 7 figures and working with people making, that much monthly and yearly, and then making multiple, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures from companies that they worked, years ago, but it's still making them money. because they laid the foundation correctly so that they can have continued wealth building. And so if you do not start your network marketing career correctly, which I was always so timid and thought that I was asking too much of people, but I've come to realize that I have to push people, and people have to realize that they have to jump themselves out of their comfort zones if they ever want to make, the real type of money where you can actually do network marketing and be an entrepreneur full time and don't have to work for the man ever again in your life. I am highly educated and I have so much experience. I've worked with amazing mentors in my career. I've been doing marketing for over 10 years now. I have a real bad sense of time because I have a brain tumor and I have fibromyalgia and I have a heart disease that I've been doing extensive research about because I had totally forgot about it in these last, I say like 4 or 5 years. My health has been declining because I had not been putting myself first. I had not been focusing on myself. I put so much energy into trying to heal and get my daughter off her deathbed. She had become septic. And so when you're a mama, single mama especially, you don't necessarily care about yourself. You care about your child. Your child becomes your top priority in life. And so she was mine. But now I don't even have a relationship with my daughter anymore. And that's been part of the reason why it's taken me so long to come back and why I actually needed a second therapist to heal myself from that heartache. And it still hurts, but it's nothing like how badly it was stinging at first. Because she went from having none of her friends and associates show up for her, and I was there fighting for my daughter's life, 97% of the time by myself. None of her fake friends showed up for her. My true friends showed up for me to be there for her. And that's why it hurts so much. I tried to heal so many of her broken relationships with family members because I was trying to get them to see that, she's still a young woman. She turned 21 while we were in the hospital fighting for her life. She had to celebrate her 21st birthday in the hospital with a tube sticking out of my baby's rib cage to drain fluid from one of her lungs because the other lung had almost collapsed again because of the living conditions that I had to be in at the time. Yeah, it's still hard when I think about it, but I am in a way better place in my life right now, and it just makes me appreciate how valuable life is. And almost losing my life December 26th and being in the ICU and being in that hospital for 2 weeks and couldn't get one person to come and pick me up from the hospital. And I had no clothes, I had no shoes. It's winter time and it had actually snowed. So I had to leave the hospital fighting tears with no shoes, wrapped up with a blanket around the lower part of my body and my legs, and another blanket over my shoulders. And thankfully the the hospital paid for me transportation to get home because they saw how broken hearted I was and was trying to fight tears and hold back how much it hurt to go from, almost checking out for good and almost losing my life, trying to end my life because of the hurt that people have put me through and because I've lost my fathers and then my amazing grandmothers. And one of my dad's mom actually passed away in December also. And then the year before last, my play mother passed away around this winter time. And so it's been a back to 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 back. Satan just throwing so much at me. But God lets us know, we will never have more on us than we can handle. God will not allow Satan to hurt his true servants to the point where he actually takes their life. You may want to take your life and you're suffering through so much depression that you want to take your life. But Jehovah God, he will not allow Satan to beat down his servants to the point where he's just taking their lives. He can put on so much into which the circumstances and everything might lead to one of his servants passing away, but that person would remain in Jehovah's memory and in Jesus' memory, and they would never forget about how hard they tried to fight against Satan to always prove that he's a liar. He's a horrible, and angel. And in the Bible, it speaks about he was one of the most beautiful angels. But I have such an amazing relationship with Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, and they have bestowed upon their amazing Holy Spirit and have saved my life so many times of me trying to end my life. But God and his son have saved me every single time, and I have to realize that it must be a reason why I'm still here. It must be a reason why my life keeps on getting saved. And so I am going to be putting myself first for the first time in my 43 years on this planet. And I am not afraid to say my age because, black don't crack. Even though I'm mixed, with white and Indian and West Indian. When you have, an ounce of black in you, you're black. That's what the world considers you as, and that's the main type of people that I grew up around. I was born in Chicago, but I've been down in Sweet Home, Alabama since 1990. And so, yeah, it was a culture shock, but my mother lived here, and so I have not left here because I'm a mama's girl. I was a daddy's girl until both my daddies, passed away, unfortunately. And so I'm turned into a mama's girl. And I was raised very, very sheltered, and going to, we call it the Kingdom Hall, but people call it church, 3 times a week when I was younger. And so in school, me and my friends were always considered the Bible girls, the good girls, and we weren't allowed to date. My best friend, she was able to date our very last year or the year before. I think the last 2 years of high school, she was allowed to, but my parents said I couldn't. I had to keep on waiting. And so school was very, very hard. But thankfully, because I was so smart with numbers and everything, I got to know like a lot of the popular kids, and thankfully, I enjoyed high school. It was fun. And then when my best friend, she got to be on the color guard, and so it was a very fun experience for me for, like all of school. I loved going to school. I enjoyed it. I especially loved my math classes. I always got A's all the way into, college. Always got A's. I can still remember like my last math class at UAB. It was a calculus class, and for my final, I had a 98 on my final. So I'm very, very proud of how amazing and easy that math has come to me over my life. And that's one thing that I'm so thankful to. You can't really see it, but it's a picture of my dad over here. But it's one thing that I'm proud that I got from him. He was a carpenter, and he was very, very talented. He had built me like a beautiful doll house that unfortunately got burned up in the house fire that we had when I was younger. But he was very talented, but he did not love himself enough, because this world beats you down and beats you down when you have a good heart and you're a good person. The world makes it really, really hard. So many people, they strive to go after people that are not good and not Christ-like, and trying to help them to make their lives easier. A lot of people don't appreciate those people enough. And so I am learning I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone and be more strict and boss up so that I can never allow a person to get me to that lowest point where I want to give up on my life. No one in this world is worth you ending your life. No one. Life is very, very valuable to, God and His Son. And I realized that there's nothing and there's no one worth me ending my life for. And right now, I have to put my health as a priority, because I have neglected my own health because of my child and ex-husband and abusive relationships and toxic relationships and horrible business partners. My spirit got so beat down, and my health took a really horrible nosedive. I had a lot of serious health issues in the past year and a half. It really, really scared me. And so, end of last year was a huge wake-up call that I can't be playing games anymore. I have to put myself first. I have to put my health first. I have to put Bethany's overall health first. Because, if you ever rode on a plane, they tell you, to secure yourself before you can help anyone else. And so if the top leader is not on their A game, they're not being a real, true, honest leader, because you will not allow yourself to be with anti-Christ-like, fake, manipulative, backstabbing, only caring about themselves type of, upline or companies that take advantage of people and steal from people. And I know all of the type of companies that people need to avoid and never waste their time on. And I work with amazing new mentors these last few years that's been coaching me and teaching me so much. And I'm going to be bestowing that knowledge on 250 people. I'm only limiting my top leaders in my new team build to only be 250. Only 250, okay? Only 250 people I am allowing to be at the top of my solid foundation to have passive and residual income for the rest of their network marketing careers and learn how to build generational wealth so that their children and their children's children, and however much longer this world, lasts, I want everyone to know there's enough wealth in this world for everyone to be financially secure. I've hated this ever since a little girl. I've never understood about poverty. I never understood about like third world countries and children going hungry. And so I had worked with, I think he calls himself like a prophet, but he's an amazing Indian man, and he is like the head of an orphanage. And a company that I had met him in, he was trying to, raise money to help take care of the orphanage children. And that company had stole all of our money. And being one of like the top leaders, I put in like over 2 years helping to build that company, because one of the things that we were supposed to be doing was helping people in need. And we were supposed to be donating a percentage of our commissions towards, I forgot the exact word of it, it's my brain tumor, but charities, that's it. We were supposed to be picking and choosing and helping so many charities with our percentage of commissions. And this horrible fake CEO stole all of our time, our energy, broke our hearts. And what hurt me more is like this person, like he wasn't even on my direct team, but I learned about him. And to learn that, it broke my heart. And even though, I was a single mom and I needed to be focusing on Bethany and my child and our relationship and my family and my mother, my niece and my nephew, my heart is just so big, and I'm always thinking about trying to help other people. And when, like, I got a lot of money stolen from me. A lot of should have been earned commissions stolen from me. And I've put in so much work for way too long for my teams. I've given away like 95% of my signups away to my downline members, trying to help them to have, commissions also, because I feel like every single person that joins a company, their money is just as important as anyone else's. And if they are, below you and helping you to make income, I feel like leaders should be teaching the people below them what it takes and what they need to do. But on the other hand, it also takes the people underneath you to realize that we are all network marketers. We are all IBOs, and independent business owners. It's not the responsibilities of top leaders to be babysitters and to build everyone else's business for them, while the downline members sit on their two shoes and be lazy and think that money's supposed to fall from the sky. But they'll go and work there 40 years to make 40% of their income. I don't understand the mentality, but that's just how powerful, Satan is, and how manipulative, the world works. Corporate America is one of the hugest pyramid schemes in the world. But people don't even realize that. And they die hard and they call, working online and a lot of these companies pyramid schemes, in which some of them are, just like in the real world, prime example like Enron. Yeah, there's so many crooked, wicked people in this world that just takes advantage and robs from innocent, naive, sadly some lazy, thinking that they can do a get-rich scheme and it's just going to be all good and everything. Join, don't do nothing, sit on your butt, and you'll be a billionaire. It doesn't happen that way. Ever, okay? They were going to get their money stolen and robbed. People have lost their retirement funds, their complete savings from just horrible people. And a lot of them, are in Dubai. And it's very, very hard to prosecute those ones. But I had found out that the authorities had actually caught up with one of those scam artists in Dubai, and I was so happy. I wasn't in that company, but I was happy at the fact that they didn't get away with it. And there's been a few companies here, even in the States, where people have been prosecuted and they are serving jail time from just robbing so many innocent people that put their trust in these companies. Thankfully, I've always had good banks, and because Visa and MasterCard, they're really, really good with taking care of their customers, and FDIC insured, but not everyone lives in the United States. And so I'm starting this team build because I want to never allow anyone to take my reputation or to steal from my team members. But I need to be getting out of here. I should have been getting out of here hours ago. But I wanted to, and I did say short. It's been longer than I wanted it to be. But I am starting a new team build. I'm only allowing 250 people. 250 people. I'm going to help those 250 to be financially free for the rest of their lives, as long as they are loyal, committed, dedicated, hungry, driven, honest-hearted, Christ-like. You don't have to be a Christian, but you need to be able to display a Christ-like personality, be respectful and honorable of the entire team, and do your part for your business so that the entire team keeps winning. I'm going to do my part always as the top leader to make sure every single person below me is in profit and making passive and residual income and having multiple streams of income and teaching themselves, and then be able to teach their children and their children's children about generational wealth, so that people never have to go through any of the heartache and pains that I've had to experience that led me to, not having a relationship with my beautiful daughter and not being able to be a part of my grandchild's life. But Jehovah and Jesus knows my heart, and He has fully taken care of me. I'm always getting what I need. And it's always in God's due time. A lot of it has been happening instantly, very, very fast. And that's why I know that I'm here for a purpose. And I have to show my appreciation to Jehovah and Jesus for doing so much for me my whole entire life and for saving my life. And so I want to, and I need to, and I love what I do. You should be able to love what you do. Don't stop, because no one wants to work a job for real. When you work something that you're passionate about and you're excited about, and it gets you up out of the bed every day and you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like work. And that's exactly how I feel about network marketing. But I know the right companies, I have the right experience, I have the right knowledge, I have the education and experience and amazing mentors to take every single person to the top with me. No one will be left not making really good income that's below me. I just refuse to. I'm never allowing any fake upline of mine to destroy my money and destroy my team members' money. Because every single person that's working with me, they're going to have that me going hard for them to make sure that they are successful. But every single person has to come in and realize that they are independent business owners and that their business is their business. And so if you're not putting in the work, you're not going to make the money. Somehow it's just going to be like, I have no choice but to make money if you're on my team now. But you're going to have to realize that you're not going to be making as much as everyone else if you don't follow the yellow brick road, my amazing blueprint that has been working for me non-stop. That's why it's like I don't understand why people don't do such easy steps. Just put in a little bit of effort and you get amazing results. Huge, amazing results. And I have to step up and be there for my mother right now. She is going through something, and I'm so thankful and grateful to my big sister being there for me. And I love the fact that it gets to be me and my big sister and my mother all together bonding and leaning on one another, and our relationship will get stronger and stronger, because at the end of the day we realize that we have each other's back always. When it comes down to it, we always show up for one another. And I am so appreciative and thankful to my big sister right now, more than she may ever know. And I'll continue to thank her and let her know how I appreciate her being here with me. Because there's no one else in this world that I would want with me right now. And so I need to get out of here and go give my sister a break and be there for my loving mother. And I'm so grateful to Jehovah and Jesus for unfortunately bringing us together this way, but us having each other to rely on is a beautiful thing. And I am so grateful and so thankful for everything in my life. And I look so forward to helping 250 people become financially free. I will be teaching people what helped me to get number 1 in a gym challenge, how I lost 89 pounds, had the best feeling with my health when I learned about this company back in 2015. And when I'm still taking the products, up until recently still, and it helped me to build up my daughter's health from being septic and on her deathbed. It's amazing products, but I'm going to be teaching people about Forex, how powerful it is to help create generational wealth. You will be learning so much wealth of information by being on my team build. And you will always be a winner. But you have to be hungry and dedicated and driven and follow my blueprint and stay dedicated to realizing that you are a part of a team, that everyone needs to be successful. So if you're not doing your part, you're going to have to answer. You may think that you might be trying to get away with something, but no one that has done me wrong in my life hasn't paid for it. Just warning you, okay? So I only want ethical, Christ-like personalities to be interviewed by me, because I would not be doing this in a fast-paced. I've already got, a chosen, very, very elite group of people that I want to work with. So I will only accept the best. I do not want to work with mediocre people who wants to skate by in life. If you have not realized that life is so precious and it can change instantly during this pandemic, and you haven't taken the time to teach yourself a skill so that you can take care of yourself if need be, and your family if need be. If we don't ever come out of this pandemic, or if it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it will get worse and worse, the times and times ahead, yeah, you need to be fully prepared. And I will be fully preparing every single person that works on my team. That's exactly why I'm back online, because I can't keep this information to myself, and I need to step up and make sure that my family is taken care of, because they are the ones that have saved my life and been there for me. And so I look forward to getting to know you guys and taking you guys straight to the top. Reach out to the information ASAP, because if you're not in my top 250, you're still going to be a winner no matter where you fall on my team. But wouldn't you rather get there quicker and sooner and be part of like my top leaders? Yeah. Hurry up. Let's make 2022 the start of an amazing part of the rest of your life. I'm Bethany Garner. I look forward to getting to know you guys.